Hello, geometry students. Today we're going to continue with how to calculate volume, but today's lesson we're going to start off with how to calculate the volume of a cube. And remember, a cube is just a, whoops, pen's not working. A cube is just a six-sided figure that has six congruent squares for faces. So when we're going to calculate the volume of a cube, we're going to use this formula right here that says the volume equals the side length cubed. And remember, when we cube something, it means you're taking that value, multiplying it with itself, and multiplying it with itself again. So in this case, we're going to find the volume by taking 8 and cubing it, which really means 8 times 8 times 8. When we get our answer, we express it as centimeters cubed because we're looking at three-dimensional space. How much will fit inside this box or this cube? Let's go ahead and do number 1. Number 1 is a cube, and the side lengths are 12. So what we're going to do, as usual, we're going to write volume equals s cubed, and then we're going to substitute in 12 for the side length. And what we're going to do is we're going to do 12 to the third power, or if you're not sure how to do that, you're going to do 12 times 12 times 12 on your calculator, and you're going to get 1,728 inches cubed. That is the volume of that cube right there. You will go ahead for homework and do 2, 3, and 4 following those two examples. Let's go to the next page. I know you love these pages because what we do is we switch it up on you. We are now going to give you the volume of the cube, and we're going to ask you to solve for how long the side length is. So first thing we do, as usual, is write the formula and then substitute in our values. Now, we know that we're squaring s here. So the inverse, I'm sorry, not squaring, we're cubing s. And the inverse of cubing is taking the cubed root. Okay, so that looks like this. So the way we're going to find this on our calculator is you're going to hit math. If you have a graphing calculator, you're going to hit math. And then option number 4 is going to look like this. So you're just going to take that value and put 216 after the first parenthesis, and then you can close it. You actually don't even have to. And hit enter, and you should get that the S value is 6. Now listen, not all calculators work the same. Some calculators you might have to do the 216 first and then hit the cubed root button. It may look something like that. You'll have to play around with your calculator to see how it works. Okay? So you're going to go ahead and do problem number 5 and problem number 6 on this page. I'm going to have you skip 7 and 8. We're going to do a second worksheet today. And the second worksheet that we're going to do is going to be how to calculate the volume of a rectangular prism. Now, a rectangular prism is kind of like a cube, except that all of the sides are not squares that are congruent. But what we're going to do is we're going to take the length, width, and height and multiply them together. That's the whole formula, length times width times height. So in this case, the length was 6, the width was 3, and the height was indicated to be 2. Multiply them all together, and the volume of this cube is 36 centimeters cubed. So let's go down here, and my numbers did not show up on number 1. I don't know why I didn't copy very well. But you can go ahead and do that one on your own. We're going to do number 2 together. So we're told that we have a prism, a rectangular prism. So immediately we write down our formula, length times width times height, and we substitute in. Volume equals 3 times 4. That was the length. The width is 6. and the height is 1.2. I'm just going to multiply all of those dimensions together, and you should get a volume of 24.48 cubic feet. Okay, that is the volume of that cube. You're going to go ahead and do 1, 3, and 4 on your own time. Next page, you know what's coming. So on the back, we're going to switch it up again, and we're going to give you the volume of the rectangular prism, and we'll give you 2 of the dimensions. In this case, we gave you length and width, so we're asking you to calculate the height. So you're going to write your formula, substitute your values in, and always for these problems, we're going to be able to multiply 2 of these numbers. So that's how we got that 56h. And then, of course, to solve for h on each side, we're going to divide by 56, as you can see on each side. And what we get is a height of 12. And in this case, it should be a height of 12 feet. That was not labeled. Okay, so let's see, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'll do one of those with you. I will do number 5 with you. So on number 5, we are given the volume to be 3,600. So we will have 3,600 equals, length is 20, width is 15. We do not know the height. So we're going to have 3,600 equals 20 times 15 is 300 h. And then we will divide by 300 on each side. The height of this particular prism is 12 feet. So guess what? You're doing 6, 7, and 8 for homework. Okay? Good luck. You'll do great. Email me if you have any questions.